Good morning, everyone. My name is Captain David J. Murphy. I'm the Chief of Public Affairs for the 81st Training Wing. Today we'll be formally announcing Thunder Over the Sound, the Keesler and Biloxi Air and Space Show. To my right, you'll see our official logo, as well as the airbox for the Thunderbirds. To my left, you'll see the airbox for the all other performers during the air show. Today we'll be introducing you to a number of speakers who will talk to you about the air show that's coming up and give you any confirmed details that we can about the air show. That's coming up May 4th and 5th, 2019. Speaking today will be Colonel Lance Burnett, the 81st Training Wing Vice Commander. Additionally, the Biloxi Mayor, Mayor Andrew Fofo Gillich. Additionally, we're happily be greeted by two Thunderbirds today. The outgoing Thunderbird number 8, Major Brandon Ash Felker, and the inbound number 8, Major Jason Flack Markson. Now, before we begin, I'd like to show you a brief promo that we've created to help advertise the show.
Hi, I'm Colonel Deborah Lovett. I'm the commander of the 81st Training Wing at Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi. And I am thrilled to announce that we will be hosting an air show on May 4th and 5th, 2019, right here at Keesler Air Force Base. We're excited because this is the first air show in over 4 years, and so we are thrilled to host you on our base.
Hello, I'm Mayor Fofo Gillich of Biloxi. We had such a great time hosting the Navy Blue Angels in 2018 that the city invited the Air Force Thunderbirds to Biloxi for an air show on the beach, May 4th and 5th, 2019.
4th and 5th? That's the same time we're having our air show, Mayor. We can't have an air show at the same time.
But Colonel, we've got the Thunderbirds already set to fly on the beach. What can we do to fix this?
For the first time ever, Keesler will be partnering with the beautiful city of Biloxi to host a joint air show.
That's right, we'll be working together to give the coast an air show to remember. On Keesler, you'll be able to see aircraft static displays up close and personal.
And in the afternoon, just a few minutes away from Keesler Air Force Base, you'll see amazing aerial acts, to include the Air Force Thunderbirds.
So join us May 4th and 5th
for Thunder Over the Sound, the Keesler and Biloxi Air and Space Show.
All right, thank you. I'd now like to introduce Colonel Burnett.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Colonel Lance Burnett. I'm the Vice Commander of the 81st Training Wing at Keesler Air Force Base. On behalf of Colonel Lovett and the men and women of Keesler, I'd like to thank you all for being here today as we formally announce the air show for 4 and 5 May 2019. This is going to be a unique two-day air show, and it'll be the first time that the base and the surrounding community have jointly hosted an air show, so it's an exciting and challenging event at the same time. And we're truly privileged to have the support of the community and the mayor's support, and are honored to work with the City of Biloxi and the Gulf Coast to put on this amazing air show. While many of the acts are still being finalized, I can tell you that we have an assortment of military and civilian acts to include single ship and formation acts, in addition to the world-famous United States Air Force Thunderbirds. We're happy to have them back in the area, first time since 2015, as Captain Murphy said, so that's going to be the highlight of the show, and if you've ever seen them, they put on a fantastic show, so get ready for that. As I mentioned, this show is going to be a bit unique. In the morning between 8:30 and 11:30, we're going to open up Keesler Air Force Base to static displays, ground demonstrations, and some single ship acts over the base. And then in the afternoon, we'll transition to the beach at approximately 1 o'clock and have the formation and some of the other single ship acts fly over the water. So we have a great line of sight, and there's plenty of room for everybody to come in from out of town and see that. The show center will be near the intersection of the White Avenue Gate and the Beach Road. So like I said, line of sight all the way down all the beach west and east to the casinos. You'll be able to see the formation acts, and they'll be able to perform their entire flight demo to the max, so over the water there. So we're excited to see everybody out there again on May 4th and 5th, and I appreciate all the support of the community and all of you for being here today. Thank you.
Sir? Okay, thank you, Colonel. Thank you, Captain Murphy, too. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. And it truly is, the thunder is the main thing, I think, that turned me on. And just, we are an Air Force town, as everyone knows. but it's really exciting to team up and with Colonel Love. That was pretty cool. Little, even though it took about 15 to 20 takes to do all that, but it turned out well. But anyway, I'm truly excited. You know, we had some experience. I got my cousin Linda Hornsby from the Hotel and Motel Association. We had pretty good event, you know, in 2018 as we meant. I don't know, the tourism was turned up, but I think
High 90s occupancy, 97%.
97%. That tells you something. And the May 4 and 5 event is the perfect time too, I think. So I mean, everybody's ready, you know, to get together. You know, the start of the summer, and I think it's the perfect time. But you know, again, I'm excited for my kids and my grandkids, and to, of course, you know, thank our United States Air Force for everything it's done for Biloxi. So I'm truly, you know, we try to demonstrate over and over and over again, hey, we're in this together. I called my Keesler cousins, and literally we were talking about, have I ever been to an air show? I wasn't going to say a couple of things that happened to me, but you know, in the old days, Armed Forces Day was a big deal, and they were, you know, we had 2 runways at the time, and we were, you know, just as kids, actually Linda's husband and myself, and we did a lot of things at Keesler during those days, and sometimes you get arrested for things nowadays. So, but it was truly just a tremendous experience to have Keesler as part of my life, and it's part of our life together. And every young man that comes through Keesler, we want them to actually, you know, look at their part of their adult, I guess their history as great times here in Biloxi. And I tell all these generals that, look, if you retire and don't want to come to Biloxi, I've done something wrong. So I take it personally. So I'm truly excited. Thank you, Colonel. Thank you, Colonel Lovett, and everyone about putting this thing together. And we're excited. It's a stadium, and what more beautiful field to perform. So I thank you, Colonel, and I don't know who I should turn it over to yet. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. How's it going? I'm Major Jason Markson. I go by Flack. I'm the incoming number 8, Thunderbird number 8. This is Major Brandon Felker. He's outgoing number 8, and this is my advanced crew chief, Tech Sergeant Zachary Jones. Call him Jonesy. But we're just really excited to be out here, and thank you all for welcoming us into this city and being here today. For us, it's kind of mind-blowing for me, but we're excited to come out next year, May 4th and 5th, to the Thunder Over the Sound Keesler Biloxi Air and Space Show. Just being here to represent the 660,000 airmen, with 60,000 of them being deployed, and showcase the pride and professionalism that we do every day, and what all those airmen do every day. This will be my first season on the team, and so hopefully I can bring it strong for y'all. And I really like beach shows, so I think it's going to be awesome.
We'd now like to open up for any questions.
Will this be an annual event, you think?
The air show?
Yeah, well, do you think we'll have it every year?
Oh, I don't know. I think you can probably have to ask the mayor and the colonel for that one.
We're definitely pursuing more air shows. You know, for a while there, we were kind of on hiatus due to budget issues and things like that. So we have to be good stewards of the taxpayer dollar. But at the same time, this is something that we owe the taxpayers, to open up the base and let them see how their money's being spent. And then, you know, the entertainment of seeing aircraft and what our nation is capable of is an important part of that. So we're going to try to do it as often as possible.
Thank you.
I have a question for Major Felker.
Yes, ma'am.
How many air shows have you flown, and what will you do next?
I was on the team for 1 season, and we had 29 different show sites for just about 50 air shows last season. And as the advanced pilot, you don't actually fly in the show, so the advanced pilot will precede the team by a day or two and do advanced work like we're doing now, just make sure the team is ready to arrive at the site. So helping with the site, make sure the team is got everything, all the facilities and equipment that we'll be using at the show site. And then the air show happens during the weekend. We'll do media flights, so hopefully either hometown heroes or media personalities will fly those individuals on a Thursday or Friday typically for a show site like this. And then if we're going to another show site following the show, then you typically will leave early and head out to the next show site. So for me, next, I'm going to stay at Nellis Air Force Base and fly with the 64th Aggressor Squadron, which is what I was doing prior to joining the team.
How do you become a Thunderbird?
Oh, that's a good question. So there's a couple different routes. For the officer side, there's an application process that you go through. You get some letters of recommendation, your whole flying record, or your career record. Submit it. The officers on the team will kind of sift through the applications and then bring you out for a show for your semifinalist and finalist interviews. You go through this whole interview process where you sit in front of the team, the whole 12-man officer team, and then they kind of pepper you with questions, and you gotta answer them. Kind of like we're doing now.
Did both of y'all go to the academy, Air Force Academy?
So I went to Arizona State University, go Devils, and then
I was a 2006 grad from the academy, yes, sir.
yeah.
So what was your toughest question whenever they were peppering you with questions?
Oh boy, I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that actually. Yeah.
Now, we just had the Blue Angels here, so tell me now, how is this show gonna compare to that?
Of course it's gonna be better.
Yeah.
As the mayor said, no, we totally respect what those guys do. We're all in the same business, right? And at the end of the day, we're all on the same team, kind of doing the same mission, trying to inspire the younger generation to serve their country. So I think it's going to be awesome either way.
I mean, just like in 2015, folks from, civilians, Keesler had buses, folks get on the buses, go out on base, watch a show. I'm kind of assuming
That's-
it'll be similar? Or?
That's correct, yeah. We're gonna have a massive amount of buses, and transportation will be available for everyone. Both, from the casinos where the parking is into the base, and then from the base down to the beach as well. So should be no problem, but it'll be a constant flow.
Can you just kind of talk about what it's like and how difficult it is to fly these jets so fast, so close together?
Well, I'll tell you right now what the rest of our demonstration pilots are going through is the training season. So it takes a lot to learn how to fly, 3 feet away from another jet that's going 500 knots. So there's upwards of 80 to 90 training sorties that they have to do. And you start off in a 2-ship formation, learning to fly that close, and then slowly you start bringing other jets into that formation till eventually we get our diamond pilots that will come together, and they fly as an entire diamond formation of 4 aircraft. And then eventually we'll bring our solos on board, and the Delta will come together, so you have all 6 aircraft in close formation. And that takes, like I said, upwards of 80 or 90 sorties to get that precise.
Does the coastline, doing it on the beach and so forth, does that make you feel a little bit easier, or as far as landmarks and things that you do, is it easier for you, or is it more challenging?
So every show site is very unique,
Yeah.
right? And so with the over-the-water shows, some of the challenges that we encounter are the lack of visual references,
Right.
like behind what we call behind the line, so out away from the crowd. A show site like this, there's very limited buildup on the beach itself. Some other beach shows that we do or have done, like Chicago or Milwaukee, there's lots of tall buildings. So we don't have those challenges here, but we'll have other challenges with, like I said, the lack of visual resources behind the line, and then just identifying locations with the back bay there, and some of the potentially bird activity as well. So every show site's unique, but over the water shows are typically enjoyable to fly for our demonstration pilots. Yeah.
Have either one of you been at Keesler before? Here, the one station here or anything? Trained here?
I have not.
No.
He is not. Our outgoing Thunderbird number 3 was a communications officer, and his tech school was here. So he actually was here at Keesler for a little bit of time.
This is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was one other time in the past Thunderbirds performed over the water. And this is kind of really the first time the city and the base have come together to put the entire air show on. It used to be, maybe just a Keesler event. Now it's a citywide event. You see a lot of the armed forces working together. This is kind of in that same field, except, in this case, it's the city and Keesler.
Right, that's right, yeah, this is the first time we've done this, and we've kind of discussed the logistical challenges of doing it, but the benefit and the synergy that we get from working with the city is amazing. And I think we're opening the show up and exposing the mission to so many more people that way if we work with the city, so we're happy to have the partnership.
Any idea how many additional people will be able to see the show by putting the Thunderbirds out on the beach as opposed to when you've had contained the entire show on base?
No estimates that I can give you right now. I think we had upwards of 80,000 people in 2015 for the air show. I would say probably a lot more than that.
150 to 200,000 over the 2-day
Right.
situation.
Right.
How many were at the balloon?
About 150 over the, 87, I think, and then the rest was on Sunday, so about 150. plus or minus.
So maybe double.
Yeah.
By that estimate.
What kind of speeds are we gonna be seeing from the Thunderbirds, and how high will you go, and how low will you go?
Oh boy. So we'll be going anywhere between 500 and 600 miles an hour, right? We'll climb up to the top of our TFR airspace, which is generally about 15,000 feet AGL, which will be over the water, so 15,000 feet. And then we'll get as low as probably between 200 to 300 feet above the water, which, as Ash was saying earlier, can be a little bit difficult without having those references over the water.
Oh, great, that is super.
Thanks.
All right, everyone. Well, this concludes our press conference for today. I want to thank you all for coming out. All these gentlemen will be standing by for interview questions or on-camera interviews if you'd like to do that, or any other questions you might have. I want to thank you all for coming out today. I truly appreciate your time, and we hope to have a great air show May 4th and 5th, 2019. Come on out. Thank you.